Let's go Oilers! Let's go Oilers indeed! This is round one review. For anyone that didn't know, the Edmonton Oilers beat the LA Kings in 6. And tonight we are going to review said miscellaneous things to have happened to the LA Kings. We're also going to go over what BW and I said about who was going to win, why they were going to win, matchups, all that fun, crazy stuff. Just bear with me right a second here. Oh no, I didn't do that. Yeah, I did. Well, that sucks. Hopefully it's still in here. If not, oh no. Yeah, I was going through a lot of stuff and perfect select. I was going through a lot of stuff, deleting a lot of stuff, going through the motions of, hey, we're done with round one. No more needing this stuff, so I deleted a bunch of videos and pictures and stuff off my computer just to find out, hey, by the way, Matt, you need to do a video. And it needs to look good. So here we go. Whoop, there I am. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? As always, my name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. Here's a round one review. It is episode 125, as I was rambling on for a solid minute there. I know you can't see it very well, but I will touch on and be focal. Obviously, we're going to go game by game about what happened, why it happened, my thoughts on it, and I got pretty passionate in the postgame. Obviously, if you guys watch the postgame videos, I get pretty heated about game 1 and game 3, but hey, all good things happen to those who wait, and all good things come to those in the end, right? So, as I was saying, here's a picture of what it is that I'll be talking about, and here's a better graphic of what we predicted before the round. It gives you who we said would be the stars, what we predicted. It's just the same old, bling, bling, bada boom, bada bing, you know the thing. Let's get into it. First, we're going to do the stars, the whatnots, the have-yous, the chumps, all that good stuff. Now, shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. So we have the X factor. X factors obviously are exactly that, X factors. BW's X factor was Hyman. Not a bad pick, not a bad pick. Boy, I got loud. Not a bad pick at all. So Hyman was his X factor. My X factor was Hopkins. During that battle of X factors, let's say, Hyman was 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points, 1 power play goal, 1 game-winning goal, and he was a 0 rating. No plus, no minus. He was on the ice. He was there. He was productive. What more can you say? Perfect X factor. My X factor was Hopkins. 4 assists, 4 points, a -2. Yeah, a -2. I'm not very happy about that -2. But hey, you cannot win them all. You can't all pick winners. But hey, he was 45.4% in the face-off. Cannot complain about that. Almost 50. We move on to the wild card situation. He had Fogle. Now, this is a bad pick for him, in my opinion, but Fogle did other things and put up points. In the 6-game series, Fogle, he got an assist, so 1 point was a -1. My wild card, on the other hand, was Mr. Clem Shady, Clem Costin himself. Will the real Clem Shady please stand up? 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points, +4, 1 game-winning goal, and was 50% in the face-off dot. Not too shabby, if you don't mind me saying so myself. We move on to the underrated, underappreciated, who's going to fly under that there radar. He had Hopkins, 4 points, 4 assists, -2, 4 to 5% on the face-off dot. He was underrated, but he did the little things right. Like, he did things good. Me, I had Yamamoto. Boy, oh boy, is he the new whipping boy in Edmonton or what? Man, Oilers fans were ripping on this guy. Get him out of here. He's too small. Trade him in the offseason. Let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. He ended up scoring the biggest goal of the series, the game-winning goal of the series, the series winner. And yes, he had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, was a -1. He also got a game-winning goal, and he was 50% in the face-off dot. So that is very underrated to me, that face-off dot, where for a plethora of reasons and many years, the LA Kings dominated the Oilers in the face-off dot. Boy, oh boy, this team has turned the corner on face-offs and learned how to take them, learned how to win them in the defensive zone especially. Our bold predictions. BW's bold prediction was Oilers would have trouble scoring with Drew Doughty on the ice. Sir. 15 goals when he was on the ice. Doughty on the ice, 5-on-5 was a -5. Also, 10 goals are scored on power play shorthanded when Doughty was on the ice. But hey, we digress, right? Some things happen, some things don't. Again, Bukestad was my impact player. All I said about Bukestad to be my bold prediction was he had to be an impactful player. He didn't need to score. He didn't need to put up points. He just needed to help win those face-offs in the defensive zone and not be a negative on the ice. Well, let's turn back the cans of time for 5 seconds. 2 goals, 2 points, +2, 1 game-winning goal, and a 56.8% face-off. That is not too bad. 56%. I could have rounded it up to 57, but you know, that's picking berries, right? Like, that's just picking cherries. What do you want to pick and choose, right? Just rounding up numbers. All in all, 6 games played. Your leaders so far for the Oilers: Draisaitl with 11 points, McDavid with 10 points, and here's a little tidbit: Bouchard with 10 points, also most points by a rookie since Paul Coffey, rookie defenseman that is. And in the goal department, no doubt it was Draisaitl leading the way with 7. McDavid potted 3. Costin potted 3. Kane had himself 3 as well. But, hey, we're just keeping it to just the top 3 here. The assists go to Bouchard, number 1, with 8 assists. Damn, have yourself a series, kid. McDavid had 7. Draisaitl had 4. Man, it was kind of like you knew that this was going to be a Draisaitl-McDavid series, which it was, but it also had the intricacies of all the players. It was a depth win. Each player stepped up individually on each and every night. It was a different winner, different playmaker, different scorer. It seemed like each game in the series was its own individual accolades to players. So, obviously, we have to talk about the game 1. Started out in Edmonton. It was 4-3 loss in overtime. Of course, LA won in overtime. As we all know, there was a lot of shenanigans that went on in this game, and I will dive into it right meow. It started out hot. Hot like the summer that we're in right now, apparently here in April. Now we're in May. Oilers started out hot with a goal by McDavid, assisted by Bouchard and Ekholm. No, my bad. I'm on game 6. It started out hot with Draisaitl getting the goal from Janmark, 1-0 Edmonton. And, of course, the Kings already had 2 power plays by this time. We're not even going to get into the ref gate that happened in this game. But then Bouchard gets a power play goal. The Oilers got 2 power plays in the first period. They scored on 1. Wow, was it a shot and a half. It is 2-0 Edmonton. Nothing happened in the second period. A whole lot of back and forth, feel each other out. It was game 1 of round 1. Not to be too nitpicky, but man, it was a boring second period. And then the Kings turned it up, just turned up that ratchet a little bit, turned up the excitement, and Kempe scores, makes it 2-1. We're all happy, we're all excited, we're all dancing in the streets because, oh, lo, behold. Draisaitl makes it 3-1 Edmonton. And then power play, more power plays. Kempe scores, makes it 3-2. Kings get a power play with less than 2 minutes left to go in the game, and this is the one that stings a little bit to me. Kopitar scores on it because why not? Of course he does. You're less than a minute left in the game. Of course you're going to call a power play. Was it a penalty? Sure. Did you let a whole lot of other stuff go during that game that could have been called that wasn't called? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I digress. We move on. It doesn't sting as bad now, right, Oilers fans? And then we get in overtime. Wouldn't you know, Desharnais loses the puck battle, loses the puck. But I'm not even mad about it. He lost the puck battle. He swung. The player trips, gains possession of his feet, trips on a broken stick, arm goes up. Of course, Kings score on the power play in overtime. Kings win 4-3. Moving along. Game 2. Of course, this game was also in Edmonton. We start out hot again by the Oilers. This time a goal by Derek Ryan, assisted by Draisaitl. Kings get a power play. Oilers get a power play. Oilers score on their power play. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Bouchard. What a nice snipe again by Draisaitl. And it's 2-0 Edmonton. And the shots are 3-11 for the Oilers. I said that correctly. I did not stutter. Kings had 3 shots in the first period of Game 2. Masterfully done by the Oilers in the defensive zone. Definitely control play. Definitely were the better team. But again, Ekholm takes a very bad penalty. It was weak. It is what it is. Cannot do that. And I couldn't stress this enough. The first 3 games, the Oilers couldn't get the hell out of their own way. Don't put the sticks up. Don't put sticks in feet. Don't put sticks in hands. Don't give the refs anything to call because we know they're going to call them against you and not LA. And if you think that series was bad, ooh, bucker up, buttercup, because it's going to be a bad one against Vegas if the Oilers don't learn discipline. It doesn't matter if Vegas gets away with the slashes, the hooks, the punches, the everythings. You cannot retaliate, and you cannot take those dumb penalties like you did against LA because Vegas will score on the power play, unlike LA. But I digress. Oilers get a PM. Doughty. As good of a player as you are, Doughty, you are the biggest actor for LA in Hollywood. Stand up on your feet, my guy. I've seen you take hits where you just stood there and even knocked the other guy over harder than that. You're a diving son of a bitch, and you deserve a little bit of the recognition you got in this series, if you know what I mean. Kings get the goal, obviously, on the power play. Deneau makes it 2-1. This time, the Oilers only outshoot LA 11-14 in that second period. Kings get another power play. Oh, did I say Kings get another power play? Yeah, first 2 games were bad for the Oilers in the power play. Velarde comes back from being injured. He makes it 2-2. Kings are 0 for 4 on the power play, by the way. And the Oilers are 1 for 1. So at this point, we're thinking, what the hell is going on right now? Second period is over. It's not looking good for them Oilers, right? It's 2-2 heading into the third. Never fear. Clem Costin is here. What a shot. Bow down to the Ripper. And Costin makes it 3-2 for the Oilers. On the power play, by the by. I wasn't impressed with the Oilers' power play at this point in the series. They were very much the Harlem Globetrotters. The Edmonton Globetrotters, as I have coined them this season. They're the Edmonton Globetrotters. It's just so passy, so outside. Nothing's aggressive. Nothing is imminent. It's all just perimeter. And thankfully, Costin finds out, hey, we can't win by passing it around the perimeter, get shots on net, get pucks in deep. You know the drill. That was unassisted, by the way. Sure thing. And Kane gets an empty netter to make it 4-2 to seal the deal. At the end of it, in the third period shots, LA had 10, Edmonton had 12. Refs put the whistle away in the third period. And we'll get more into that and more in depth as I do the full recap of this entire series. When the refs put the whistle away in the third period, the Kings looked shook. The Kings looked scared in this game. It's like, oh crap, they're actually going to call an even game. We're hooped. And they was. So, at the end of it all was said and done, LA was 0 for 4 on the power play. Oilers were 1 for 1. End of the total were 24 shots for LA, 37 for the Oilers. Hits were 60 for the Oilers and 52 for LA. You heard me say that right. 6-0 hits. 6-0 hits for Edmonton. Skinner, his first playoff win, cost him his first playoff point and goal of his career. Draisaitl had a 3-point night. Oilers continue Game 2 dominance with a 4-2 victory. What more can be said? The Oilers dominated Game 1 aside from the last 2 minutes of the third period in overtime, and they dominated Game 2 start to finish. You see the grip, you see what's going on in this series. Oilers dominate aside from penalties. We move on to Game 3, and oh boy, was I glad I wasn't here doing the live stream on this. I would have been banned. I was at the watch party, as some of you may know and some of you may not. I was live inside the building. It started off atrocious. Like, that first period was probably the worst period the Oilers have played in like 3-4 months now. Oh boy. Let's dive into this one a little bit. Oilers take a penalty. Offsetting minors. Kings take a penalty. Kings get another power play. Kings score late in the first period, making it 1-0. Nurse misread the play. Amen. He misread the play. He didn't get the front guy in front. What happens when you don't take the guy in front? Bad things happen to good people. Oilers get a power play in the second period. Sorry, my bad. This is Game 3. I am one game ahead of myself. Game 3, I was here for this. It was a well-played, thought-out game, apparently. Oilers get a power play goal by McDavid, his first goal of the series. Assisted by Bouchard and Hawkins. Oilers get another power play, and another power play goal by McDavid. Oilers are up 2-1. Assisted by Bouchard and Draisaitl. Kings get a power play, of course, because the Oilers are up 2-1. Can't call any more penalties against the Kings. Heaven forbid you let the Oilers dominate on their power play, which they have been. But I digress. Goes back to the meaningful, can't take dumb penalties at stupid times. Kempe scores, makes it 2-2. Shots are 18-9 in favor of the Oilers at this point. Oh, what can I say about this? It's late in the second period. You're tied at 2. You're a fragile team right now. The Oilers, I'm talking about. The Oilers are a fragile team. It's tied at 2. You've had your lead squished on the road. Again, you've had a 2-goal lead smushed. Kings, when it was tied at 2, had a 2-0 breakaway. Thank heavens for Stuart Skinner, because that man saved the game on that one for the Oilers. We wouldn't be talking about third period. We wouldn't be talking about overtime. Obviously, the Oilers got a power play, did not score. Kings got a power play, they did not score. When all was said and done, the Oilers outshot the Kings 40-27 in regulation. They went 2 for 4 on the power play on the night. Kings went 2 for 3 on the power play. We're in overtime. This is the infamous, was it a high stick, was it not a high stick? And yeah, I don't know how I didn't get banned for me yelling and swearing at the top of my lungs. I'm still baffled by it. I'm still very emotional by it. I'm still raw by how blatantly bad the officiating was in this series for the first 3 games. We'll just take a penalty. That's fine, whatever. Don't don't slash down on a stick because you're going to break it. Like, it's just common sense. These one-piece sticks, you lean on them wrong with enough force and you're going to snap it in half. Hopkins knows better. He's a veteran. It shouldn't have happened. It happened. We were going to kill the penalty. It would have killed the penalty. But puck goes up in the air. It is clearly 15 feet in the air. Velarde has his stick. Good 4 feet above his head. And you can see him tap it down. I don't know what ref or what was going on in the Situation Room in Toronto. Maybe they were tired. Because the Situation Room watches, they're the same guys in the room from puck drop of game 1 to final buzzer of the final game of the night. Maybe they just wanted to leave, just want to go home to their wives and kids and just be like, hey, it's only game 3. What is the harm of letting LA go up 2-1 in the series? It's only game 3. What's the harm? If the Oilers are as good as they say they are, they're going to win this series anyway, so what's giving LA one more win? Kings win 3-2. Bad pins and shit Situation Room. It was a black eye on the league. And I'm going to say it now because I said it during my live streams and I said it during my post game and I said it privately with people. That game 3 changed the trajectory of the series. That game 3 and how bad it was enforced and how bad it was called changed the way the rest of the series was called. For better or for worse for the Oilers. It changed everything. Because what LA was getting away with in game 1, game 2, and game 3, they were no longer allowed to do in game 4, 5, 6. What was being called against Edmonton in game 1, game 2, game 3 wasn't being called so much in game 4, 5, and 6. It's almost like the refs started calling the games evenly, closer, correctly, more by the book. Imagine that, they got a rule book. They followed it for once in their friggin' life. But I digress. We move on to Game 4, which I was not here for, but bad. The Game 4 was the worst period the Oilers have ever played. I was a little bit ahead of myself. Kings are up 2-1 in the series. Game 4 obviously is still in LA. Will Ferrell is still dressed like a jackass. He puts face paint on like a jackass. He's an actor. What do you expect from him? Kempe, Arvidsson, they're all a bunch of jackasses diving around, flopping around. Freaking Michael Bunting's out there. Yes, Michael Bunting, congratulations to you and your Leafs. So, goal 1 for Lardy, 9:25 into the first period. Holy shit, it started early. Defense needed to be stronger in their own zone on that one. They were very weak. They gave up the blue line. They let the Kings just dictate the entire first period. They let the Kings mish and mash and cycle and bash and play Kings hockey. When the Kings are allowed to play Kings hockey, they are pretty close to unbeatable. Not a team I want to face too many times when they know how to play that. Like, they know how to play structure and they know how to play well. It is what it is, right? We digress on that. Kings get another goal from Arvidsson, 2-0 LA, 16:48 in the first period. Desharnais got beat by really good freaking... Like, I am not going to take anything away from Arvidsson on that. That spinorama at the blue line, mwah, done to perfection. Like, that was McDavid-esque. Desharnais needed to step back and assess the situation, not give up the blue line, but Desharnais' game is better when he's back more and he's... How do I say this without overcoaching the situation and being the Monday morning quarterback and saying, well, hindsight 2020. There's defensemen that do well when they push up in the play and make the forwards make the mistake and attack. And then there's defensemen that do better by sitting back in their own zone, closer to their net, assessing the situation, the full 360 view, as you would say, and saying, okay, so this guy's got the puck here, but I'm not worried about this guy because I know these other guys around here have him. This guy over here coming in on this end, yes, that's my guy. That's my man. That's my attack point. That's my focal point. And when you're farther back and closer to your net, I'm not saying you're right on top of your goalie in your goal crease, but you're in between hash marks and goal mouth. That's where Desharnais thrives, in that hash marks goal mark area of 10 feet. That is his area of expertise. Hash marks, corner, goal mouth, hash marks, corner, goal mouth. That's his. That is where Desharnais thrives. To me personally, I full-heartedly believe that's where Desharnais is suited best. Well, wouldn't you know it? Oilers take a penalty. Kopitar scores on the power play, makes it 3-0 after one. How many Oilers fans were saying, "Oh no, not again. This apparently isn't the Oilers' year. LA's just better. LA's stronger. LA's this. LA's that. LA." I wasn't even on my stream, and I could feel the negativity from my viewers. I wasn't even home, and I could feel the negativity across Oilers Nation. I definitely felt the negativity in Rogers Place. I definitely saw the negativity in Rogers Place. You could hear a pin drop after period one. After that first period, you could hear a pin drop in Rogers Place. It was so quiet, so negative. Nurse lost the puck battle. Desharnais lost his player. When you're on the PK, there's certain things that you can control, and there's certain things you can't control. What you can control when you're on the PK is compete level. You can't control that there's more guys on the ice than there is of you. You can't control that. You can't control a team passing it around and passing it through you. Sometimes pucks get through. But what you can do is when you are in a battle on the boards, you can control the compete level that you have to win the battle. Nurse did not control the puck battle compete. He lost the puck battle. Desharnais lost the front of the net. And it's 3-0. And unfortunately for Skinner, he got pulled. Some people were saying, don't do it. I was talking to a few people in the arena. A lot of them said it was a smart move. A few said it was dumb by the coach to pull Skinner. None of this is on Skinner. This is all on the team in front of him. The team is bad. The team is this. The team is never going to be good enough. This team sucks. I heard a lot of it. I didn't like it. And even in my chat, I put a stop to the negative shit. What did I say after the first period, chat? I said, relax. It's one period. This team is good enough to come back. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of game left. Let's not get too down. Let's not get too negative. Oh, I've seen it all. I heard it all. I could put freaking screenshots of everything that I saw on this thing, and I'd probably get banned for it. But yes, I heard things like this team sucks. This team needs to let David go. This team is so overrated. They're going to break our hearts again. This team's garbage. This team. But I digress. Relax. It was one period. And as I say, it was just one period. Oilers get a power play. Oilers get a power play goal. Not the Bushbaum Ripper. No, Bushbaum Wrister. Assisted by Draisaitl and McDavid. 3-1 Kings. Oh no, look out, cookout. We're coming. Again, though, the power play was way too passive at the beginning. And I was sitting there watching on the big screen the Jumbotron in Rogers Place, and I'm thinking, wow, there was 17 passes. I was not impressed. I was not enthused. They scored a goal. Yeah, I cheered. Yeah, I was excited. But it was one goal. Still down 3-1. Let's keep tempers realistic. I was like, wow, this power play is still way too passy for my liking. We need to start taking shots. And just as I was thinking that, Bouchard does. We move on. And I'm going to highlight some things here. Like, I can't show the video of it, but I'm going to highlight it and, like, put it into your brains. At 12:34 of that second period, Oilers are still down 3-1. Kings are on a 2-on-1 break. And Campbell makes probably the biggest save of his Oilers' career. Keeps the game at 3-1. Jumps on the rebound. Sprawls out, makes a save. Puck comes out. He sprawls out, makes another save. Jumps on the rebound. And everybody in the building is screaming, "Soup!" Just to have it happen again at 13:48. Not even a minute and a half later, LA's back in the rush. They do LA things. They're controlling the play again. This was a game of LA dominance. This was the game that lost the series for LA. This was the game that put LA in the ground. And if you don't believe me, they weren't the same after this. LA had the opportunity to put the nail in the coffin, dagger in the hearts of the Oilers players and the Oilers fan base in the second period. Did not, could not, would not happen. Draisaitl gets a goal assisted by McDavid, and Hyman makes it 3-2. What a play. Can I just say this? We had a guy named 99 Wayne Gretzky who has been coined. His office behind the net. Where was McDavid when he made that spicy meatball pass? He was behind the net. Now, I don't want to hear it from Kings fans. I don't want to hear it. Well, he was tripped. No, Doughty was tripped on the play. McDavid tripped Doughty. Doughty fell on his own 2 feet because he was diving for a call. McDavid didn't trip him. Anyways, Draisaitl scores. The German Wayne Gretzky gets the goal assisted by McDavid in Wayne Gretzky's spot. We all cheer. It's 3-2. The place in Rogers Place is blowing up. We're down by 1. And the Kings get another penalty. Late in the second period, the Kings take a penalty. Very late in the second period, Draisaitl scores on the power play, assisted by Hopkins and Bouchard. 3-3, and we are elated and going nuts. It's 3-3 going into the third period in a game the Oilers had no business being in, but they were in it. They were tied. They showed some chutzpah. They showed some gump. They showed some heart. They showed some balls. And just like that, Kings get a goal in the third period. Roy scores. Makes it 4-3 LA. So everything that we were feeling at the end of the second period, happy, adulation, excitedness, just a straight up gumshoe. But then again, I was also in my chat telling the other side, the Oilers side fans, because I had LA fans and I had Oilers fans, let's not be too excited here. It's 3-3 after 2. There's still 20 minutes and plus time if it gets into overtime. LA is not going to go quietly in the night. They are not going to roll over Beethoven and just be like, hey, okay, guys, we lost this game. It's 3-3 going into the third period. We got no heart. That's not a Daryl Sutter coached team. That's not an LA Kings team that I've seen for the better part of 10 years. It went down in that way. In the third period, Draisaitl lost a battle at center ice. Be stronger on your feet? Sure, but you're not going to win every battle. Draisaitl was pushed off like a fly. The guy was like the Incredible Hulk. Bink. Shoo, fly, don't bother me. Bink. And Nurse, for whatever reason, decided this is the perfect opportunity to jump in the play. No, that was time to assess the situation. Sit back, let Draisaitl funnel the player to you. You hold that blue line, or a little bit deeper than the blue line, hash marks maybe, and let Draisaitl funnel that player to you. That way, if Draisaitl loses the battle like he did then you're still in position to not let the breakdown happen. Unfortunately, breakdown happened. Roy scored. Kings are up 4-3. Now that should have been enough. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I thought that was it. I thought Kings are coming to Edmonton up 3-1 in the series. They only have to win one more game. They could lose game 5 at home in Edmonton, win game 6 in LA. That was my thought process. I was like, this sucks. I'm very positive. But LA's up. They know how to close games. They play traps when they're losing. God damn, do they ever play a trap when they're winning? But no. Oilers took a dumb penalty. Because that seems to be the theme right now is Oilers just don't know how to stay out of the box. The Oilers were in the box way too often in this series. I don't have the exact numbers, but it was more than 25. It's not good enough. But oh boy, Kane scores his first goal since the empty netter. So his second goal of the series, but his first one that actually matters. Assisted by McDavid and Ekholm at 16:58 of the third period. The play looked like a nothing play. It looked like McDavid was just out there and Kane was just going to take the puck across the blue line, dump it in the corner, go for a patented dump and chase line change. LA was going to get the puck back. There was about 4 minutes left. Just going to hold it behind the net, ragdoll the puck. No, sirree, Bob, not this Kane, not your uncle here. He scores. Oilers didn't get a power play in the third period. They went 0 for 0 in the third period on power plays. They went 2 for 2 for power plays in the second period, and they went 0 for 0 in the first period with power plays. LA went 0 for 2 of the night on the power play. Sorry, 1 for 3 because they got a power play in overtime as well. There's a theme in overtime for the Oilers. Power plays in overtime. Stop it! Stop it, Trebek! Oilers do get the power play in overtime, as I suggest. Hyman, game-winning goal. Bouchard, the assist. 5-4 Oilers, series tied 2-2. And I'm going to say this, for as much as I do rag on Bouchard, and I do rag on the defense of the Oilers, because I'm a former defenseman, I rag on them because I know what they are capable of, and the plays they make aren't smart plays all the time. What a play behind the net. He had the wherewithal to, instead of skate up the ice and lose the puck possibly, or make another really good pass, or just throw it blindly up the middle like the Oilers have been doing this entire series and majority of this season, he holds on to it. He sees Hyman break the zone. I don't know why Hyman broke the zone so goddamn early, but hey, it worked out. Perfect bounce pass to Hyman's stick. Hyman comes off the wing, offhand, snipey little snipe. And we're talking about a 5-4 win instead of a 4-3 loss. Campbell gets the win. The shots are 42-39 for the Oilers when all is said and done. 2 for 3, the Oilers were on the power play. 1 for 3 was LA when it was all said and done. And what can I say? Draisaitl. Campbell. Team resiliency. Those are my 3 points in that game. Draisaitl, Campbell, and the team never give up resiliency. We move on to Game 5, which I honestly think was, as much as Game 4 was the FU game for the Oilers, to the Kings, the refs, to everybody in the league, better watch out, we're coming for you. Game 5 was a statement win. Game 5 was we now have control of the series, and we're going to show you why we are the better team. We're going to show you why we have 109 points on the season. We're going to show you why we have 400-point producers. First goal, power play goal, Oilers, Kane. Ekholm and Nurse get the assist. Off the post and in. I think they figured out Korpisalo. Just a little bit. Seemed like they found out Korpisalo is kryptonite is foreside. Foreside. 1-0 early for the Oilers. We get a goal by Draisaitl, assisted by McDavid and Ekholm. Good gosh, this Ekholm dude is all over the place. 2-0 Edmonton. Oilers put on a possession clinic. Like, I am telling you, it was a clinic for a minute and a half, possibly 2 minutes in the offensive zone. You haven't seen that since the Gretzky days. Come on! Bouchard and Desharnais. Man, what can be said about Bouchard and Desharnais when they're on the ice together? It's not cool. It's a train wreck at times. But they're both young. Desharnais is still a rookie. Yes, he's an older rookie, but still a rookie. And he is going to learn from this one round. I guarantee. Desharnais is going to learn from this one round of experience what his abilities are and what his abilities are not. Like I said, he's got a good 10-foot cushion in front of that net. That's where his abilities are. The blue line upward is not his abilities. Step back, big man. Step back, conservative play. You can do a lot better. Because obviously we can't have nice things. In Edmonton, we were up 2-0, and then Iafallo makes it 2-1. Yoink! Stinker. Never fear, never fear. Kulak is here. Kulak gets a goal assisted by McLeod and Fogle. That makes it 3-1. But I'm going to lavish in this backhand sauce pass, or even a forehand sauce pass as I replayed it in my head. I thought it was backhand, but I looked at the replay again recently, and it was a nice forehand. What a pass by McLeod to find Kulak. And if you hear the video, you could hear Kulak screaming from when he stepped on the ice from the bench to the point where he was. And he was screaming loud. Hey, 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 hey. Feed him the puck. Back of the net. It works, guys. Scream. Tap your stick. Let the players know you're available for a pass. And if they look up and use eyes, they'll get it to you. Oilers up 3-1. Shots are 12-13 for the Oilers. Again, power plays 1-for-1 was LA. It is what it is, folks. Like we've been here. So 1-for-1 for the Oilers. 0-for-0 for LA. They didn't get a power play that period. Like I said previously, the tides had changed in the power play ratios. A lot of Kings fans were upset by this game because they feel like they got dicked and they feel like they got beat by refs. No, you got beat by a really good Oilers team that the refs finally decided to call an even series. Well, late in the first period, Kempe scores, makes it 3-2. I'm not even mad about it. Like, that was just a goal scorer's goal. Kempe's got the shot of shots. Like, he is the Kings' leader. Yeah, I get Kopitar is the captain and Doughty's the assistant captain, but man, Kempe is on another level, and I really hope LA keeps Kempe long term and doesn't lose him for rebuild purposes. In all honesty, I really hope he doesn't leave because of rebuild purposes. But damn, that guy can play. Kempe, Fiala, missing somebody. But yeah, definitely Kempe, Fiala on the offensive side stood out to me the most. Obviously, you have Kopitar there, but Kempe, Fiala, you guys got to figure out a way to keep those guys long term. Moving on to the second period, we get a goal by Bukestad. Ooh, boy, CC and Nurse. What a tip! CC with a little bit of a wobbler, but Bahoo. Bukestad makes it 4-2. Oilers get a power play. Oilers get a power play goal. Hyman. Boy, tell me again this guy isn't Ryan Smith 2.0. Tell me again this isn't a guy that has Ryan Smith genes. Takes a puck off the cheek and just puts her in the net. Granted, it wasn't a blistering 100-mile-an-hour slap shot from Bouchard. It was more of a knuckleball 75, 65. But a 75, 65 hit in your cheek doesn't feel good. Still gets a goal off the face. Korpisalo gets pulled. Third period rolls around. Kings get a power play. Oilers get a power play. Oilers get a goal. Not on the power play, but they get a goal. Bukestad scores, assisted by Hopkins and Bouchard. Now, we thought, again, this one was a Hyman goal. A lot of us thought that it was bounced in by Hyman. No, Bouchard just bounced it in off of Mikey Anderson. Still the dumbest name in the world, Mikey. What are you, freaking 5? Mikey Anderson. So, yeah. Oilers up 5-2. So up 6-2, sorry. Late Byfield goal makes it 6-3. Hard-working goal. Again, Kings have no quit, just like the Oilers. They do have a respectable roster. They don't have, I'm just going to give up, throwing the towel, oh, you're beating me, woe is me, the game's over. And good for Byfield. Very hard-working NHL goal. Congratulations to him. Rookie, obviously, gets himself in on the scoring. Oilers win. Let's play some La Bamba, baby. That's 2 straight. Shots were 28-27 for LA in this game. Power plays were 0 for 1 for LA, 2 for 3 for the Oilers, and obviously, you heard it. Yeah, you heard the boos. You heard it all. Was there something I missed? I could swear I missed a shorthanded hat trick there by... Sorry, I gotta go check my... I could swear... Yes, no, that was a regular season thing. My bad. Moving on to Game 6. Man, my brain's all fried tonight. Moving on to Game 6, the series clincher, because obviously the Oilers won 4-2. The series is over. Oilers score first. McDavid assisted by Bouchard and Ekholm. Jury ties it. Desharnais, what are you doing? And I made it very popular on my stream that Desharnais, you fucked up. Again, your spot is in front of the net. What are we doing again outside your zone? Oilers get another late goal in the first period. Costin assisted by McLeod and Desharnais. Like I said, good bounce back kid. You had a bad half a period, and the rest of the game you were numero uno. Shots were 17-11 for LA. No PIMs happened in the first period. Kings got a power play. Oilers got a power play. Oilers scored on their power play. Draisaitl assisted by McDavid and Hopkins. McDavid and Bouchard, sorry. 3-1. And then the Kings got another power play. They scored. Shocker. Kings got another power play. They scored. Shocker. So it is now 3-3 after 2 power play goals and 2, if you wishy-washy calls. Kempe and Fiala are your talliers. Right when you thought it was all said and done in Edmonton, second period is coming to a close. Costin gets his second goal of the game, assisted by Yamamoto and Desharnais. 4-3 Oilers. Shots in the second period are 16-8 for LA. Now, again, I touched on this on the video. Don't let the shots overthink the situation. The shots weren't close. Like, the shots meant nothing. They were all from the outside. Weren't really dangerous. Oilers in the third period had a power play. Didn't score. Didn't have to. Kind of did because Dandeneau scored shorthanded on that. Make it 4-4. And that's the broken stick by Skinner, folks. That's the 4-4 goal. Skinner's stick was slashed previous to that by Kempe. Could have called a penalty, could have called a slash, could have called a goalie interference, could have called it whatever you want to fucking call it. It wasn't called. How did Skinner not? I had a lot of DMs and a lot of people ask me, how did Skinner not know that his stick was broken? Don't goalies check? He hadn't faced a shot. After that slash, he hadn't had the puck in their zone to ring the puck around or even test to see his stick strength until the puck came down on a shorthanded chance. And we all know that stick just kind of bent and is what it is. That could have killed the Oilers. That could have been series changing, momentum changing. And I'm going to say this flat out, any team from the past decade, maybe decade and a half, that would have crippled the Oilers. That would have put them out. That would have deflated them. You look at the bench, you see Desharnais, it's not over. It's not fucking over. You see McDavid tap him on the head, tell him, hey, dude, you've been here for us. It's time for us to be here for you. And wouldn't you know it, the little engine that could, the all-heart, no-body Yamamoto gets the game-winning goal, assisted by McLeod and Costin. Boy, Costin had himself a game 6. Have yourself a game, my guy. Oilers get the 5-4 lead. They hold on to it. They were outshot again in the third period, 11-7. Overall, they were outshot 44-26. They went 1 for 2 on the power play. LA went 2 for 3 on the power play. Series over. Game over. Oilers win. Play La Bamba, baby, 4 times. We are on to round 2. See you, Vegas, in round 2 on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. And we are all caught up. And now that you got it good and understood, let's do a little bit of quick talk here. I said it after the third game. This is going to be a quick little story. The refs are terrible for the first 3 games, and we can all agree refs were garbagino on both sides. Kings got away with a few. Oilers got away with a few. Arvidsson dove and drew a penalty. Like, that to me is embellishment. He got away with it. There was no supplementary discipline. There was no supplementary fine. Apparently the league doesn't look at embellishment calls anymore. But that changed the tide, my friends. I will completely tell you right meow. The way LA was playing in the first 2.5 games changed the tide for the rest of the series when it came to the refs. Doughty was flying around like he got shot all the time. Arvidsson kept flying around like he got shot all the time. Kempe was diving and throwing his body around needlessly. Like, I will give Kopitar a standing ovation because he was probably the only Kings player that didn't play Flopgate. And if I was him, I would have went to the locker room after Game 4 and into Game 5 and said, boys, cut it the fuck out. We're getting enough calls. We've already had 20-something power plays. What more do you want these refs to call? Like, we need to win these games on our own. We've been getting bailed out. Yes, bailed out because the Oilers are taking dumb penalties. Let's not help the situation. Because sooner or later, that ref is going to look and be like, oh, that looks suspicious to me. Even though it's a high stick to the bloody mush, or an elbow to the mush, or a blatant trip job. But the way we've been going down, not acceptable. The refs aren't going to call it anymore. And they didn't. Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6 was proof in the pudding. The rest were done. They were done with the shenanigans. They looked at the video. And honestly, if you guys think the refs, even though they were different refs every game, don't look at game footage of, okay, what are we looking forward in this series? And that's why I kind of wish, this is a little bit of a tangent, And this is why I kind of wish the refs would keep the refs, like the league would keep the refs in the series. You start with these 4 refs, the 2 linesmen, 2 officials. You end the series with these 4. That way you get a flow for the game. You get a continuity game in, game out. Okay, he's going to call this, so he's going to call this in game 2. He's going to call it consistent, right? When you have different refs coming in, there is a standardized rule book. There is a standardized rule book that is about, I'm not kidding you when I say the rule book. I don't have anything. Okay, I probably do. Come here, Gretzky. You guys haven't seen this before. Oh, my goodness. Say hi to Wayne Gretzky. Hello, Wayne. Yes, he's still in the packaging. Perfect condition. There's a rule book, probably about yay thick. Yay thick. Probably a little less than that, but you get the gist. That the league calls as a rule book. Most officials don't follow that rule book. They go by feel and what they see and what they feel the game is, called game management. And that's what this series was. It was all about game management from the ref side. For the most part, I was okay with it. From a little bit, for the first couple games, I was quite peeved, and I thought we were getting the screw job. I thought we were getting a Montreal Bret Hart freaking screw job going on here. But league officials figured it out. Call what's in the rules. Let something slide. It's the playoffs. Call what needs to be called. If you're bleeding, if you're broken, call it. If it's ticky-tacky, let it go. And moving forward, that's what I want from these refs. If it's ticky-tacky, let it go. It's the freaking playoffs. Let the players decide on the ice wins and losses, not how many power plays and how many times the team is on a power play. And situation. Oh, well, this team is up 7-3. Let's call 5 penalties against them. Make this an even game. No, it doesn't matter if the team is up, down, tied. Call the call. Or don't call the call. Don't let the score dictate. But anyways, that's enough from me. This is an hour-long video. Good God, I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. This is round 1 recap. Oilers beat the LA Kings in 6. I said the Oilers would win in 5. BW, congratulations, my good sir. You said they would win in 6, and they did. We move on, and we will have a new video out tomorrow. Round 2 recap. And then the round 2 matchup between the Golden Knights of Vegas. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. My name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. For all of us behind the scenes and all of us that you don't see, have a good one. We will see you next time. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this was episode 125 of Oilers After Dark. Post-round 1 reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and please go check out our other videos that we have. As always, for Oilers After Dark, my name is Matt. We will see you in the next video.